30.
And we are on site. Hey, I'm gonna kick it in how we normally do it, man. What it do? It's your boy ELOOO, man. We here on Sip This Coffee with a very special guest here, man. We got Coach Ladaris Vann here with us on Sip This Coffee this morning. How you doing this morning, Coach?
I'm doing fantastic, Coach. Thank you for asking.
It's awesome to have you on, man. It's been long overdue.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, man. First, let's start off with introduction, how we normally do it, man. This episode of Sip This Coffee is brought to you by Kingdom Hair Care. You can find us at www.kingdomhaircare@etsy.com. And with that being said, we got Coach on here, man. Coach is a legend here in Fort Pierce, Florida, man. He done did it all. He done put down on the field himself here in St. Lucie County. He done went all the way to Palm Beach County. He went off to college. Did it big in college, did it big in the NFL. So it's just a blessing to have him here on the episode with us. Coach, if you can give the people one fun take about yourself, a fun fact, what would that be?
Shy.
Mm,
I'm a very shy guy that a lot of people don't know, but what I mean, I let it come out because it needs to come out. So, it's a funny fact, shy. Scared of any creature that crawls. Yeah, so them little fun facts about me. But, at the end of the day, I do anything to make sure the job is done or get anything done. I won't let them things stop me.
right, right. So with that said, let's get into the first question here, man. What was the biggest welcome to head coaching job moment you had last season, in which we're entering your second season here at Westwood, coming into the spring here? What was your biggest welcome to head coaching job moment you had last season that you didn't expect?
When I took the job, I didn't expect um, the movement cycle, how kids move around. That was very, new to me. Coming from Georgia, kids moved around, but not as much.
Right,
It's a little bit stricter in Georgia than it is in Florida. So that's one thing. Man, I don't blame kids trying to get in situations to better their career, but that's one thing that said, welcome to Florida high school football.
right. And wait, and do you think the new times with the transfer port and everything put gasoline on that fire?
Yes, of course it does. Know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you coach who's come through that door or who and coach what's on your team. Don't matter who's leaving. That's my thing. Always worry about who's here, not who's leaving.
Right. Um, okay, I got another one for you here, man. Looking back at year one film, what is the one thing you're most proud of changing in this program culture?
Togetherness. Uh, what I mean, we wasn't together as much as I wanted us to be, but we was more porous team, more patient team. Throughout the season, you've seen the change with the interaction between player versus player and player versus coach. Just the understanding that we need to be all sound and calm to make things come together.
Right. And with that being said, going into year two, um, what is a plan that you have or set that you got something set in play to make it more togetherness?
Uh, Being more responsible, being more reliable, being more consistent, being more of a leader for my senior class, being a
Right,
more leader from the coaching staff,
right,
being more patient from the coaching staff, being more involved from the coaching staff. Them are all the things and all the traits and all the actions that we have to do as a coaching staff to be successful. And I think we tripped on some of that last year. I'm just trying to get ahead of it this year to make sure everything runs smoothly. We started our weight training program, and some of our seniors are the leaders in there with the best, you know, with the best, show up rate, if that's what you want to call it. The seniors are there. They're trying to get better. They're trying to get stronger. At the end of the day, you know how I feel about the weight room. So, but you have to be there to be a viable member of this team. Show your face. As I say, as I say to my players, I say to my coach, be around your players, be around your co-players, and things will work out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That your answer just led right into another question that is, I think, corresponds with it perfectly. And it says, every coach talks about the weight room. What specific physical and mental changes have you seen in your roster over the last couple months since the season ended?
Consistency. I think, like I say, some of the people are getting to the weight room uh, more than I thought they would. We know that 95% of all games are won in the trenches,
Right,
and I have taught that. I have talked about that since day one that I got on campus. The first day I got on campus, first day I took the job, I told them to meet me in the weight room, and that's
right,
the first interaction that I had with them is in the weight room. But just trying to transform these kids' body into looking like a football player is the key factor of being successful. Everybody can win, everybody can be athletic. But when it's time to get that first down, like several times last year, can we get it?
right,
Can we get that fourth and inches to move them chains? That's
right.
the most important. Everybody want to throw the ball around, but can you run it when you want to run it?
Right, right. And you see most of the most successful teams from high school to collegiate sports, they had a mean run game. Even in the NFL, the
Yes,
Seahawks
sir.
had a mean run game.
Yes, sir.
Year one, you were installing the playbook, and year two, normally you're refining it. How much deeper are you looking to go with the X's and O's this spring?
When I got into the situation with my coaching, it was I got a job on this day and spring started next week.
Oh
So
man,
it was more of a let's just get the simple things done. This year we have a whole off season of communicating with coaches and coming up with a better game plan to be more successful next year. So it ain't about holding back on the playbook and saying, "Oh, the player ain't gonna get this." The players that will be on the field this year, the players that get the playbook, and it's
right,
gonna vary by what situation we're in, you know, what formation we're in. You know what I mean? It's gonna be everybody got to know everything. So when the boundaries on the left and the boundaries on the right, every player must know what to do, how to line up. You know, as they say, alignment, assignment is the most important, and communication is some of the most important things when you're on defense.
right,
And alignment and spacing, alignment, which is spacing on offense, is very important. So them are what we're aiming for. Don't be elementary with our playbook, but more mature with our playbook this year.
right, right. Okay, so what was one mistake you made last year that you've already fixed for this season, up and coming season, going into spring?
Having a more upfront grasp of being a more, you know, as I say, y'all say I gotta have some toughness. I call it a holding in me. More being more blunt with my players and don't teach them like, you know, boys, but more like young men and
Right,
just giving them the responsibility to make sure they do the right thing, not some of the time, but all the time and show up. You know what I mean? We used to be like, why you ain't show up? You need to show up. No, no, it's consequences when you're not showing up.
right,
And I feel like if you don't show up, you're gonna be in the back of the depth chart. And some people think I'm playing with that. You know what I mean? You're gonna be in the back of the depth chart. You're gonna have to earn your way. It's optional workout, but how is it okay for you not to show up and then show up for spring and thinking you gonna be at the top of the depth chart. It ain't happening here.
Correct. Correct. Sounds like the discipline and standards is set very high for this up and coming season.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Um, it say high school football is often the front porch of a community. How has the town's energy shifted heading into the second season?
Man, I don't get out nowhere. So, what I mean? I get out. If I'm out with my family. I'm out with y'all guys, which we already talked. If I'm out, if anybody see me, come find. I'm at Fat with a family member, or if not a family member, a coach.
Right.
I don't listen to the outside noise, but hey, I hope the community excited about what Panther Lane got going on. I think I hear it from some people they're excited, but at the end of the day, my name is Ladaris, man. So in the process of growing up here, you're always gonna have your love, excited people, and you're always gonna have your haters. So what I mean. At the end of the day, you got to block out that and understand what's the goal at hand. The goal at hand is, you might say wins and losses. I'm gonna say no, making these young men better people and a better beacon of light for our community. That's what my job is. If I can get these young men being better people to make this community better, I did my job as a coach.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love that answer there. Um, okay, going into year 2, what is something that the fans, the city should be looking forward to? What's the players that you looking forward to seeing unleashed this season?
Man, the city can look at people flying around, man. They know what they're doing, so we're gonna be flying around the ball. We're gonna be making big plays. I'm excited about this year, man. And they think it's just cliche that I say we will have a better season than we did last year. And that's my and I know God. You know what I mean. I trust in God. I got faith in God. So I believe it. It will happen. So if these players trust in our system and show up and can you know complete the game plan, we'll be a successful team, a scary team.
And that's a big statement, man, coming off a first year season like what we had this year, making it into the fit playoff, making it to the semifinals of the fit playoffs, one game away from the championship. I think that's saying a lot there, man. So the expectations is pretty high for going into year 2. Sounds like. Um, okay, with that being said, we running these questions down pretty good. What does a successful year 2 look like to you?
Sending these kids home better than we received them,
Hmm.
from freshmen to seniors to juniors, or however you want to go. If we, again, I'm going to piggyback off my last answer. If we can be a coaching staff that leads these men to make better decisions in life, send these young men to college, not only for football, but for educational reasons.
Right,
And you know how I work. I'm working day and night. People don't see the behind the scenes things that I'm doing, to try to make sure that these kids get an opportunity to be successful in life. Do I want to win? Yes. With 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 it's a lot of responsibility of being a head coach, but some of them are over shadowed by wins and losses.
right,
So we go 10-0, and then we graduate nobody. Is that a successful season? I don't think so.
right,
I think if we go 7-3 and we have 100% graduation rate as our seniors, we did an amazing job. We go 6-6. You know what I mean? That's an amazing job. I think as coaches, and I was talking to someone last night, one of the coaches, that we're not only coaches, we're father figures, we're counselors. We should be there every step of the way to make sure these kids have an easier road to success than we had it.
right.
So that's what made me come back here to get back to my community to do them things that I just spoke about.
Right. Okay. So that rolls into one of our last or the Mohicans questions here. Um, what was the defining moment? Because you've been gone for a while from the city. You was up doing your thing up there in Georgia. What was a defining moment in Georgia that made you say that you'll come back home and coach here back in Fort Pierce?
It was about 4 years ago, and a couple coaching jobs was open, and who we thought should have got the job, a community person who we thought should have got the job, or the community or social media thought should have got the job, didn't get the job. And it was open, and they, what I mean, I put on Facebook, the next time a job open, I'm gonna apply for it.
Right.
That's what I said 4 years ago. Come 4 years later, Westwood job came. I inquired about it and I left it alone. So um I get a call, what I mean? I get a call. My granddaddy said, my father-in-law asked me, not my father-in-law, but my godfather asked me, would you take the Westwood job? And we discussed, he was like, it's a pay cut, what I mean? A lot of people don't know, they hate that I bring it up. I take $160,000 pay cut to take this job.
Right.
So we know it ain't for the money. We know it ain't
Right.
for the glory or the looks. No, it's for my community. I came back from my community, and I'm glad that they picked me. I'm grateful that they picked me. And maybe we ain't, everybody didn't get the excitement that they had from that first year, but I'm gonna make them be. I'm gonna make them happy about their decision when it's all said and done. So that's what brought me back here is the want to for my community. A community person that loves what I do, and I want to be successful. It ain't nothing that it was given to me that was easy. As someone just told me, "Oh, you should write a book about your life, man." Like
Definitely.
uh, the struggles that I've been through to get to this point is unbelievable. Most people don't make it out like I did, as we see how Fort Pierce is, but
Right.
I'm invested in this community to make sure that the people that walk through Panther Lane, 1801 Panther Lane, that's on the sports team, that's regular students. I talk life into them every day. I pull a kid aside every single day to speak to that kid. What's going on, man? Make sure you make the right decision. Just regular kids.
Right.
So that's why I'm here.
Man, that's awesome, man. What's one thing the fans should know about this group of seniors that we're getting ready to put on the field this year? What's something we should know about these seniors that we got?
I could be biased. They can say I'm biased. We got two of the best things. Man, we got two of the best singers that's around this area. I won't say no name, but we have two of the best singers in this area at their position. It states that, I hate to say it, but they at my players each and every day, these two players. Um, they will be electric. They will be record breakers. And I don't say that lightly, they will. So just be ready for a lot of our singers making plays and doing what we're doing. So I'm not just gonna think about our singers because we got a lot of young studs. Oh my God. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
So we're a very lengthy team this year. And not a lot of people like, oh, it's gonna be hard to replace Greg. It's gonna be hard to replace Mons and EJ and CJ and all J Fo and all them, you know what I mean? You got Ford. It's hard to replace a Ford that a long run such as him. Your cousin, one of the had most picks on our team. It's
Yes, sir.
gonna be different. I always tell them players that I'm gonna miss them, but I ain't gonna miss their ways. I'm gonna miss just the back and forth with the team and at practice, how competitive our practice was at times. But I'm excited about our young core, man. Like, oh my gosh, like people just don't understand how mm, um how tall we are this year.
Right.
Um, and the new players that's coming out, man, from man, there's so much talent that walks our hallways that don't play football that and they're coming out. You know what I mean? So I am excited about what we have, but I'm excited about this senior crew that's coming. We got a tall, lengthy. You got Trey. You know what I mean? You got the receivers. Sam, we good. We good.
Right.
And so we gonna be great. You know what I mean? So if they commit and buy into what we trying to do, we have a great season.
All right. Final question for the morning, man. I know we got to get rolling. Would Westwood having a brand new $100 million school, brand new weight room that looks marvelous, coaching staff intact, like you just stated, we got players intact. What is a message that you would have for players that's looking to transfer into Westwood to come on Panther Lane? What's something you can leave them with for the community?
Leading with community, hey, what we doing at Panther Lane is hard work, commitment, and you know what I mean, it's the grit, sweat and tears, family. You know what I mean? If we can lock in, if they decide, I'm not saying they gotta come, but if they decide to transfer to Panther Lane, man, we just here to work. And then hey, anybody that's here at Panther Lane that's already here.
Yes, sir.
If you don't want to work, you're in the wrong place. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to build something not just for today, but for tomorrow and the next year and the next year. I'm trying to build a legacy at Panther Lane, 1801 Panther Lane. So, you know what I mean? Success don't, hey, we're not we're building a cake right now. We baking a cake. So,
Yes, sir.
it takes stages. You gotta wait till that cake get done. So it ain't a microwave dinner over here. So we taking our time and making sure we building the right way. And that ain't going out on the phone or nothing like that. We building the right way. Whoever
Yeah.
wants to be here, gonna come here, and whoever wants to be here, gonna stay here.
Yes, sir. I think that's the perfect way to wrap it up, man. Like, I don't think you can answer questions no better, to be honest with you. Man, it's been a luxury to have you on this morning. I look forward to us having plenty more segments. I got a segment in mind that I think I want to get a couple of the coaches from the coaching staff, and we can get on here and chop it up. Literally, we probably should do this once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks or so, just to put our mindset out there.
Yes. But
Uh,
don't leave yourself out there, man. You're a great beacon for this community too, man. And you know how our relationship started, just a little phone conversation, which grew into, man, becoming good friends, man. I think you as a friend. I don't say that word lightly. I don't throw friend lightly, man. But
yes,
this
sir.
this this, this community should be excited about having you in this community because in Panther Lane should be excited about having you as alumni. I've never seen no one go harder for what they believe in and who they rep harder than you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So even though the team that I don't like, even UM, man, I ain't never seen nobody. I ain't never seen nobody go as hard as you and how committed you are and like coach what you need, man. Sometimes I ask you for something, you start jogging to go get it, man. It's like, man, I'm excited to have you and I'm thankful to have you. Thank you, brother.
Hey, I thank you a lot, man. I thank you a lot for just believing and put me in a position to do what we do,
Yeah.
and I look forward to this season, us up and growing it some more, and the next couple years.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So like we always say when we get up out of here, man, hey, put a smile on your face so you can put a
Yes,
smile on
sir.
somebody else's face and we can make the world a better place, man. So with
Yes,
that
sir.
said, one finger, two finger, peace.